hope you're having a great day. We have Professor Dylan here. He's a professor in the real world. And today we're going to do a podcast episode with him. And let's see how it goes. Okay,
let's do it. But yeah, thanks for having me, bro. So how's it going?
That was good. Done 2 podcasts today.
Killing it.
Doing 3 tomorrow. 1 on one day, 1 on Tuesday, 1 on Wednesday. Not arrogance, but actually I'm doing.
Oh, no, that's good. Most people these days are lazy. They expect some big result, but then they don't put in the work. So you're obviously putting in the work, and you'll rip the universe in half. Make your name popular.
So how's your week been?
Very busy as usual. We've been launching a lot of new stuff for the real world, specifically the freelancing campus, and like around, I can't go into the exact details, but around AI, we want to help people stay on the cutting edge of AI. So we've been putting a lot of stuff together to help freelancers just further continue just destroying other freelancers outside the real world, leveraging AI, getting better at prospecting, doing all that. So prospecting, like finding new clients, taking on more, getting better results. So that's what we've been focusing on this past week and the week before that. And then this coming week we've got a lot more stuff coming. Also, including we do live calls every single day with the students. And this isn't just me, it's every single professor inside the real world. Every single day we're doing live calls with the students. And yeah, just continuing to dominate.
So how's today's Zoom call or call?
Today we're going to be doing a call at like 7 p.m. Dubai time. So still have a little bit more time until we do the call.
And what happened to them? How is his progress? What's the reason that you're doing it?
1 second. What are you talking about? You're talking about the call that I do with students?
Yeah, like how are you calling today? What did he do?
Oh, bro, no, I don't talk just to one student. I talk to all of them. Like every single day, it's like a big live call. We get hundreds of people on, answer the questions, do all that type of stuff.
Oh, like Professor Andrew did.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we all do that. Yeah,
I've seen it. Sales calls, breakdowns, and stuff like that.
Yeah, so with my specific campus, the freelancing campus, I have like a specific lecture or something like that. And then after I finish the lecture, I open up the floor, and then anybody that has questions, they can start dropping the questions. And every professor kind of does a little bit different. And that's basically the same fundamental that we all do. We have some kind of lecture. We open it up for the students. Because at the end of the day with the real world, it's not just a bunch of courses and chats and all that. It's literally like a mixture of courses mixed in with coaching.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen the stuff that people post from nutrition, from fitness, calisthenics, from freelancing, e-commerce.
Yeah.
I have a question.
So
the Amazon FBA, why is it cancelled?
Why is the what?
Amazon FBA course.
Yeah.
It got cancelled. Before it was open, now it's cancelled.
Yeah, well, it really just comes down to we want to consolidate and we give the students more and more what they're actually looking for. So we have the baseline courses and everything else we've put out there for them. And obviously we can keep adding more resources. But at the end of the day, we've got the data. We can see what students are actually looking for. And then we just give them more of what they're looking for. So that's mainly the answer right there, bro. Is we still have the ecom campus. And actually, there's a student, I just saw this yesterday, that just made his first $1 million month, which is crazy. And that was in the ecom campus in the month, yeah.
Dollars?
I think it was euro, but yeah.
Oh, it's better.
Yeah.
In 1 month.
Yeah,
How old is he?
I have no idea, but I would imagine, is early to mid-20s. And I saw the screenshots and all that, and I saw the professors. We love it. Like we flex on each other all the time.
Really?
Like, oh, look at what my students are doing. Ha ha ha. So yeah, the ecom campus definitely flexed on all of us with that one. But that was a good win.
And are you gonna do a call with them?
Well, since this is the ecom campus, I'm sure the professor of ecom will do that. I mainly just focus with all the students inside of freelancing. So like last month we had a guy do you know like animations? Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so he's got an animations business that had a $60K month, bought a brand new car, he's loving life. He started when he's 13, now he's 14, and has made $6,000 freelancing. So much, and he's made so much money from it. He bought his own home gym, his parents love it. So like things like that. Yeah, I have communication back and forth. We also released some interviews with him as well. Because at the end of the day, the methods and the tools and everything, it's the easy part. It's the belief that most people lack. So on my end, I release interviews from the freelancing campus. And we also have the real world interview guy that he goes and interviews students that are winning. And part of the reason we do that, obviously from a marketing standpoint, because we have so many wins out there every single day. So it's like people can see it. But also, Internally, we do it because we want to like just show the students like this is real. Like just if you get bombarded every single day with literally hundreds and hundreds of people winning, how can you not believe in yourself? So yeah, that's a huge reason why we do those interviews.
There's a lot of people actually in the real world that are doubting themselves.
Yeah,
You've
but
noticed?
that's just human nature. Human nature is to doubt yourself and all of that. Like some of the conversations we were having earlier, you're talking about like some of your goals. There's a hint of doubt, but at the same time, you believe it's possible, aka why you're doing all these interviews. So at the end of the day, everybody's going to doubt themselves. But if you just keep bombarding yourself, I call it brainwashing yourself with all these other people winning, and you understand if they can do it, then so can I. And then backed by that, we also have the coaching, we have the courses, we have all the different training modules. And you can see me like literally hundreds of messages a day I do. And that's every professor every single day on top of the calls, on top of all that. And we let you into some of the business stuff we're doing. And you see all these different variables around you that proves that it's tangible, that it's real. It's not a bunch of just motivational garbage. And you can't help but like believe in yourself, believe in yourself, then act. Outside of that, you also have the tools, the methods, so you're good.
I think when you start noticing results, then your motivation goes up. Like, let's say, for example, you started making 1,000 and you were making 0. You start saying, oh, there's progress.
Yeah.
There's more.
Yeah, that's really the secret of every single successful person, myself included, is like whenever I got started years ago, I remember I was on my way home from a job and I made $40 from some online article that I wrote. It was an affiliate sell. Made $40 and just that little belief, like it was possible, that laid the foundation for everything. And so I understand that. So I'm recreating that for students within the freelancing campus. Finding, like, example, I've got a course called Make Your First $100. I can't describe it any better.
I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah, so it's about showing you, like, regardless of your age, regardless of where you live, if you can make $100 if you follow this. And then from there, I take that win that they get and they get into freelancing. Yeah. So they do the flipping, but then they also get into the freelancing. And I force them to win. I make it as easy as possible. Like if you just follow the simple steps, if you just follow what I'm saying and you take the time, you will find success, and then you get addicted to it.
And am I allowed to say what is the first $100?
Yeah.
Allowed?
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
of course.
It's about lawn mowing, yeah?
So I've got 2 courses.
And
I've
the
got
car washing.
Yeah, so there's lawn mowing. I released that because there are all these kids that were asking me about it, because this one student, he was 14 years old. He's like, bro, I know I didn't apply what you said exactly, but I took the basics of it and I applied it to lawn mowing, and I made $1,500. And he was like, thank you so much. And I was like,
$1,500.
yeah, $1,500. Cutting people's grass. He took what I applied and with flipping, but applied it just for that. So instead of flipping, it's basically getting an item for free, or basically free. Like they're really cheap. It's a used item, and you flip it for profit. And I lay out that process inside. But he took that process, but applied it to lawn mowing. Instead of flipping a product, he applied it to lawn mowing. And then he also applied some of the freelancing. He's a super smart kid, really, really smart kid. Made $1,500 cutting grass. So
In
I
a
was
week
like,
or in a month?
in a month, yeah, in a month. So $1,500 a month, just cutting literally his neighbor's yards.
That's
like,
easy.
Imagine a 14-year-old kid, and he's making that kind of money, just cutting the grass of people in his neighborhood. And so I was like, let me put together a course about that. So I put together a course about it. I had a conversation with him, some of the other kids that were doing that also, and because they were just sharing wins back and forth, thought it was awesome. And so with the $100 course, you get flipping. There is also the lawn care, and we've got some other side hustle stuff coming literally right now. However, this week and this coming week, we're focusing on AI.
So how do you think the importance is in AI in this generation?
Well, I mean, you can figure out how to profit from it, and it's going to be life-changing for you, or you can just get left behind. I mean, we could sit there and say, oh, AI it's not going to do anything, and then those are the same people that probably said it about the internet.
Or there's people also saying that AI will take over humanity. I think in some jobs, yes, but not in all jobs.
Yeah, AI in the next 10, 20 years will definitely transform the economy and transform regular jobs. But I don't care about that. I care about how can I find AI technology and use it in a way to make more money freelancing and within agencies and all that. And that's what we're focusing on right now. Is we could sit there and complain about how AI is going to destroy this, destroy that. Oh, it's going to take over the world. Or we can find ways to actually use it now and profit from it. So I'm helping students apply it within the copywriting world. I'm helping them do it within the graphic design, the web design world, video editing, and all that. And there's different AI tools out there. So obviously we're breaking down tutorials about that. And something that people don't understand about, like example, ChatGPT is, oh, it's too basic. Well, it's because you don't know what you're actually doing. If you give it the right prompts.
I've seen the copywriting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Andrew explained it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, if you give it the right prompts, if you feed it the right prompts, it will, it's crazy. It can literally take somebody's exact voice and rewrite things in that voice. It can do market research. It can do all this amazing stuff. And we'll be talking about that in the next week or so once it goes public.
I think the community is amazing. It's like all together to win it.
Yeah, every single day I wake up and bombarded with good money bag morning messages. I love it. Every single morning I see students helping each other. Or if a student feels stuck, they're like, oh my God, yeah, well, actually Dylan answered that question here. Go check this out, bro. So it's like every day we're all helping each other win. And like I'm in the trenches with them. Like every day I'm making sure that they're seeing the progress that they need to if they deserve it. Meaning, are they putting in the effort? Are they sticking to the simple steps? Are they posting the wins? And that's how every campus is. We're literally every day in the trenches helping each other win. And I love it. The community is second to none because there's a lot of communities out there actually that are trying to recreate what we did and they fail because, well, if you're just a copy, well, you're not that powerful. So we have the community aspect. We also have the course aspect. Then we also have the coaching. And once again, a ton of people, maybe they're watching this right now, they try to copy us and they fail. So
yeah, I've had someone, you know who?
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. A wannabe copy. Yeah.
So what did you say to people who say the real world is shit or it's useless?
Yeah, so the people that I've seen that say that, they're basement dwellers a lot of the time. They haven't actually achieved anything, or
they didn't join.
They haven't joined yet and they don't see the success. And then there's also a third category. They're also just jealous and they want to try to copy us.
And they failed.
Yeah, every single time. And they're trying to sell this image of success, and that's why they fell. Versus us, we have the actual foundation. We have the success. We teach the methods. We teach all the actual steps. We understand how to build an actual business. And we're not out here just trying to take money. We're out here actually impacting the world, aka why we're in all the news articles. Everybody's talking about us, because we're actually out here changing lives.
And have you met any other students in real life that actually like met you and talked to you how the progress made, or only on messages?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously most of them are going to be messages, but here in Dubai, this also happened in South America. It's happened in Europe. People come up to me, and a lot of the time, because I've had the same thing happen whenever I see people. I read online, you see them in person, you're like, is that really that person? But yeah, they'll come up and be like, are you Dylan Madden? And I'm like, yeah. And then they tell me their story. A lot of the students I've actually met in person, obviously they either had just joined or they've only been in for maybe a couple months. So they're still finding their way, but like they're just like, bro, like you've changed the way I've thought. And quite a few of them are either they find the real world through obviously Andrew. Some people find them through my various social media accounts and they join. And so it's cool actually meeting in the flesh, because it makes it even more real in their brain. I love it.
You know, you're the second person to do a podcast with me with sunglasses.
Really?
Yeah. Most of them, they think that like it's not good to wear sunglasses on podcast. What do you think?
I like it. It fits with my bald head. As he was for all the people that are watching this, he was complimenting me. He's like, "Man, you're so handsome with the bald head. Maybe one day I'll shave my head just like you." So, yeah, the shaved head, sunglasses, I love it.
Will you ever remove it for the podcast, or you wanna keep it?
Sunglasses?
Yeah.
No, I'll stay. I don't want to get locked in the matrix, so I'll keep the sunglasses on.
Okay. So is it like, I think after Andrew Tate, people started wearing sunglasses more. I think if you invested in stocks in a sunglasses company, you would have made money.
You're talking about me personally?
No, like generally, I've seen people like copy Andrew Tate. When you're talking to Top G, they wear this and they always have to do this.
Yeah.
And they wear like a suit and a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
That's how.
Well, I mean, everybody emulates to a degree in anything in culture. He's a cultural icon at the end of the day. Like obviously, right now it's still kind of fresh, but we'll see in the next 10, 20 years, he'll go down in history as an actual icon of culture and all the obviously people he's influencing from a positive side. It will go down in the history books. So, yeah, I mean, people are definitely going to copy you and all that. You can look through all the different cultural stuff. People kind of. I would rather wear sunglasses and have a cigar than have like purple hair and all this other weird stuff. I'd rather have the sunglasses.
Yeah, I agree with you too. And What was it like in the real world in the beginning?
In what way? Do you have any specifics?
Like when you first started,
Mhm.
did you expect all these questions? Did you expect all these people to join?
Oh yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be massive. Whenever, because I've been online now since like 2014, so I've seen a lot of people come, a lot of people go, and I've been that guy that I'm just there daily, every single day. So I've seen it come and go. So whenever the real world came out, I knew this was going to be massive because everybody at the time, they were doing video courses, or somebody would sell like some 5 to 10K like coaching, but it doesn't have courses. And we came out, we offered the product side, but we also have the coaching side. But then it's not just a bunch of people trying to sell to make money. We already are making money. So you've brought people in that are already successful to come and teach this. And then you add in the community aspect, and it's like, it's game over for everybody. Everybody's watching this that's trying to sell their little info products. They should just give up at this point and just join the real world, and all will be well. So I saw it. I knew it was going to be a success, aka why I partnered with them back in the day. And here we are. What is it, like 2 years later, Colson? 2 years, yeah. So
The real world has been open for
about like 2 years all in all, yeah. So
No.
here we are.
It started with Hustle University,
Mhm. Yeah.
But the real world, I've started since November.
I'm saying as a total app, everything. Obviously, now we've got our own app, which is another thing that people try to copy. They try to run their little stupid membership sites, but we have our own app. But yeah, the real world, since you want to go off on that tangent, is brand new in that sense. But obviously, it goes back about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you allowed to sue people if they take videos of you and put them on YouTube?
No, they're going to do it if they want to do it.
Or
bro.
like leakers, are they allowed to get sued by?
Well, I'm sure legally you could do something, but at the same time, I'm so focused, and all the other professors are so focused on actually helping students. So we're not sitting there, okay, who's leaking our stuff?
Because I've seen people on YouTube leaking stuff.
Oh, of course, but they're losers.
Just like to get people to watch them rather than paying the $50.
Exactly.
And
And people, like, even guys will take my exact content on Instagram or on Twitter or on YouTube, and they'll try to monetize themselves that way. And I had a conversation with one of them. I was like, bro, if you took the same effort you've put into like leaking and scamming and all that and put it into an actual skill, you'd be rich.
You told them that?
I told him that, and then
You
he
weren't
blocked
pissed?
and then he blocked me. But he blocked me, and then he tried to change the username, and I found him again, but I was like, whatever. So I just reported him, and his account got canceled. So
It got cancelled.
yeah, that's one good thing about Instagram. Yeah, you can have them canceled like that.
I had someone, as a girl in my school
Mm-hmm.
in Dubai. She was so arrogant. She kept talking shit about me. So I posted on my Instagram, on my story, report her, and then she got reported. And then she's out.
Yeah.
Because she was super rude to me and she was like so arrogant. So I did her good. Have you ever done this?
No, unless somebody's being like an asshole, I just kind of stay in my own lane.
Because some influencers actually, when like someone keeps annoying them, because there's people that make 10 accounts, 20 they're free. The half time, I'll annoy Dylan Madden. And then after that, they just post it on story, report this, and then it's done.
Yeah, I mean, I've had people that have tried to come at me, but at the end of the day, people can see the relatability. They can see the actual story that I've been putting out, the transformation. And all in all, I'd say I have more of a positive impact. So while I do have people that come at me, at the end of the day,
They're a smaller
they're so small. Yeah, they're so small. I have had, and I'm not going to give their name any power, I have had some YouTubers that are relatively big try to come at me, but it's like cool. Like it's kind of cool seeing them mention me on their big YouTube channel. That's awesome. But at the same time, it doesn't actually affect my life in any way, any shape or form. So.
But they aren't confrontation. They won't come at you in real life, right?
Highly doubt it. If we met in person, it's the same way with Andrew. Like if somebody I've been with him before. There was a person that's hating on him. They saw each other in person. Hey, it's so nice to meet you.
How did you know that they used to hate him?
Oh, bro, because they make videos about it.
And you've seen it.
I've seen it, yeah.
And you didn't tell Andrew?
Bro, I mean, if you see people making videos about you and then you meet them in person, yeah, like you'll probably recognize them, especially the types of people I'm talking about.
But did you tell Andrew that this guy?
He already knew about it.
And then what did he do? He took a picture of them?
No, they just shook hands. The guy acted like he was his best friend all of a sudden.
Oh.
So if anybody ever reaches out to me or tries to approach me, and
These are the fake people.
they're fake. So like I just don't even give them any power.
So do you think these people are a lot in this time generation?
That they're what?
These fake people are a lot. Like they'll talk shit about you behind your back, and then in front of you, man, I love you.
Oh,
I've seen it personally in school.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I think a lot of people are like that, but that's why it comes down. It's so important to just surround yourself with a good group of friends, a community, like-minded people, and just stay in your own lane. Like you could sit there, oh man, I bet they're talking shit about me, and they're saying, who cares? Like just stay focused, stay in the gym, stay positive, talk to God, get a skill, start making money, surround yourself with other people that are doing the same thing, and win together. If you win together, all that extra nonsense doesn't even matter. So I'd say like 99% of the time, unless I'm having a conversation like this, I don't even think about people like that. They don't even exist in my universe.
Yeah, you know what happened? I'm gonna tell you a story. I was in a school. I started wanting to become rich like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I started saying to our schoolmates, I'm gonna become rich. I had the whole school laughing at me. I had groups about me, like my name, and talking shit about me. I was against vaping at school. Like I hated it. I hate even smoking, and I've said it. People are like calling me stupid, or like a pussy, because you're a man if you vape. Their opinion, and if I don't vape, I'm a pussy. That's in their opinion.
No, tell them to vape even more. Vaping is really healthy for all the haters out there.
And after that, when I told them you need to stop this, this is bad for you, I was like, out of their league. When I was in school, if I'm walking, they'll pass by the other side, and they would talk shit about me behind my back and in front of my back. And it was so exhausting. I left that school because I couldn't continue. It was an emotional damage, but I moved on. It's fine. But to see people like that talk shit behind your back and in front of you, bad at the same time. And I've seen some of them talk bad behind my back and in front of me. Man, you're doing a good job. Like literally. Because they don't want to get confrontational.
Yeah.
I've had 30 people in front of me want to fight, and I didn't even touch them. And they didn't touch me. Just talk. 30 people came to my break, and I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And because they couldn't do anything, because the teacher came after that. But people, like I feel like people nowadays focus too much on hurting you and bringing you down that they do anything. But in the end, if you do like me, you'll pass by and nothing will be happening to you.
Yeah, bro. I mean, my advice to that story, and then for anybody that's watching this, is just stay so focused on your own lane and keeping your own energy up, your own positivity up, going after a certain vision, surround yourself with good people, and all that extra stuff. It's going to pass. Like, sure, if you're in a school setting, if you want to call it that, it's more intense, especially since you don't have much experience at that time and you see these people all the time, every day. But once you get out of school, those people will be the same people working nonsense jobs, hating life and all that. And then as long as you stay in your own lane, you stay positive, you get in shape, you do all that, you're going to keep going up and up and up and up and up, and they're going to stay at the same level. And you're not even going to think about them anymore. So,
I agree with you. Even, you know what happened? After Android blew up, one of them texted me on Instagram. And then he said, "You're all right. I'm sorry for how I treated you." Like, actually.
Wow.
So after someone goes viral like him, and then like, oh, I said stuff like him before. So we're like, oh, who said that? And then they'll say sorry because I said you can become rich, focus on yourself. I see people talking about losers stuff on break, and then I would tell them this is useless.
Yep.
And then when someone goes viral and someone like Tate, and then they start respecting me.
Yeah, because people they want validation for their ideas. So like, whenever you were saying it wasn't that cool, then whenever he went viral and he was saying it, all of a sudden, oh yeah, you were right, yeah.
And it seems like people nowadays chase the trend. If the trend is good, I'll follow it. If you are against the trend, then you're bad.
Yeah, 100%. They're just NPCs.
So have you met NPCs in your life?
Every day. If we paused the podcast and walked outside, we would see NPCs everywhere. And NPC, I mean, it could be many things, but for me, it's an NPC is somebody that doesn't actually have a vision. They're not really going in any one type of direction, like with certainty in their mind. Like, I'm not saying you're not going to be doubting yourself, but if you don't have something you're working towards, and you wake up, you pee, grab your phone, start mindlessly scrolling on TikTok, maybe you drink some water, or like most of the people, then
A lot
probably
of
drink some
people-
soda. You're an NPC if you're mindless. So you need to have something you're going after. Otherwise, yeah, you're just an NPC.
A lot of people in school, they told me to come and party and drink, and this I've rejected it. Never.
Respect.
Actually, I wake up at 4 a.m. I sleep at 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And my day, I went to the gym today at like 5 a.m. Today I woke up at 2:45 and I slept at 6 yesterday because I had to wake up at that time because I had a lot of stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the gym, I showered, I took breakfast, I ironed my shirt because I don't have anyone to help me. And like I do a lot of stuff alone, and people made fun of me in the school.
When are you getting a wife?
Oh no, not yet. I know how to cook, so I might not need. But actually, I live alone,
Uh-huh.
and I'm very independent, and it's very good when you live alone. Sometimes, even if you're so young, I told my mom. My mom and dad are divorced generally,
Mm-hmm.
but I told my mom, and she didn't mind. And now I'm living alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Super independent, a bit exhausting because you have to do a lot of stuff alone, but it's very nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'd recommend, like, obviously, if what you're doing is working, you should definitely get around other guys, like, a lot more. Like, even if you're living in the same house, like, you with, like, two other dudes, you're all working towards similar
I don't
goals.
think in my age it would be allowed.
Oh, yeah, maybe not. To be honest, I have no idea how old you are.
I'm 17.
17. Okay, so once you turn 18, then it'll be allowed.
I think so. That would be...
Because, I mean, think about the competition side. Like, if all of you are waking up following a strict schedule, you're working out, you're making money, you're doing all that, you're going out to get, you're doing all this, the energy that's going to generate. Because I've done the whole being by myself, I'm independent, I've done that. And my energy, my motivation, and all of that's just through the roof if I'm surrounded by other guys because we're
think
competitive.
it would be better if
Yeah.
you're around other guys, but until you find that, it's better to be alone rather than being with NPCs. Because at school and my age, before Undertale, it was very rare to find people like me. But now it's very possible.
So what are you doing on your end to find your sense of self? Like, because I get where your train of thought's coming from. Like, maybe you're finding your sense of self, you're working on your vision and all that by yourself. I'm more of the thought of you need to be around other guys. Because you're competing. You're going to force. You can't just be lazy. You can't just be any type of. You've got to be performing.
I have friends
Yeah.
that I told you about, a millionaire friend. He's always pushing me like, how's your Amazon going? How's your business going? When is your next plan to start it? Stuff like that. I have him, and I see him at the gym. We're always pushing each other. I'm training at a gym called Desert Barbell here in Dubai. It's a powerlifting gym. When you're training, everyone supports you. And everyone knows each other's PRs. Like if you did 100 last week, they know you did 100 last week. If you're doing 105, they will support you.
Okay, so you do have some of that then. Okay, that's good.
At a gym.
Yeah, at the gym.
And I'm not training there every day. I'm training there like once a week.
Okay.
But at my gym, generally, probably not. But I'm getting support from my mother. She sends me like 3 motivational speeches every day to support me. She's like, how's your day going? I've done this thing. I went to the gym. I did a podcast. I did 1.5 hours the real world. Yeah, it's amazing.
Shout out to all the moms out there. I love
I
it.
think really moms really change people's lives.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And the amount of support you get, it's super different.
Oh yeah, they super believe in you. I mean, my mom since day one has believed in me. Hey, praying for you, babies, blah blah blah. So yeah, moms out there, they're awesome.
Yeah, and then when they see something relevant to you, they'll send it to you. Like,
Oh yeah.
like any time. Like sometimes I wake up, my mom sleeps like late. At like 1 a.m. she might sleep. I'll wake up at 4 and then I'll check it. It's like nice.
Yeah.
So I think moms are actually a good way of, if you have a goal. In some cultures it's not possible, but most places you can find someone who's supportive and help you.
Yeah, I mean, like on my end, a lot of my motivation early on is I wanted to be able to provide and help my mom.
Yeah.
So, and for a lot of the guys out there that follow me, they resonate with that story. They're, oh my God, it's possible for me to actually make money online and take care of my mom and help my family, build an actual life. And that's the message I push is like having all the cool, nice stuff. It's fun going on all these cool experiences. It's awesome. But being able to apply yourself, apply your mind, build up these skill sets, and then take care of your mom. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, I remember when I'm gonna tell you that no one knows a lot about it, but my dad was super toxic, and my mom and dad got divorced. I was like 9.
Mm-hmm.
My mom slept on the floor, literally on the floor, because we couldn't afford the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
with furniture. My mom got from her best friend a mattress, and from the mattress, me and my brother slept on the mattress.
Wow.
My mom slept on the floor, and we had a maid. We had another mattress for the maid, and that's what we could afford.
Mm-hmm.
And we paid for it from the best friend.
Yeah.
Because, like, we weren't rich at that time. And my dad had a whole house. He didn't give anything to my mom. Nothing. Not even for us. Like, take this bed until a week and then bring it back. I don't mind. Nothing. My dad
Jeez.
was super toxic, like more than you can imagine. If my mom came at 6:15 and she could have been like 6, she should have been at home at 6. And I opened for her the door,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting slapped. Literally, I'm being super honest.
Jeez.
And they used to keep our passports and not allow us to travel unless we always have to file a court. We always have to file a court case.
Mm-hmm.
It's super annoying.
Yeah. And that's taken care of now? Like,
For now, I haven't seen him in 4 years.
yeah.
You know what happened? I need to tell you. After his work didn't pay the visa,
Mm-hmm.
the work stopped paying for the visa
Mm-hmm.
of us and the residency. He stopped having the passport. And he said, here's the passport. He didn't renew it before.
Yeah.
He said, here's the passport, renew it. We took it that easy. I think it's God's work.
Yeah.
Because we suffered a lot to take it from him. And just for 5,000 dirhams, we took it.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is so stingy. Like, if me and you are out, I don't mind paying for you.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe next time he'll pay. But you know what he used to do? Always coupons. He always
Jeez.
has a coupon and he pays for you. Actually, if my dad was good, I would say that dads are the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Andrew Tate and his parents got divorced, and he said his dad's a hero for him.
Yeah.
But if my dad's like me and he did what he did, I'd be super frustrated.
Yeah. So whenever you get a wife, in the next couple of years, once you get a wife, you have a kid, you're going to do
I
it
don't
different.
think that will happen. You know
Yeah.
what's funny? He didn't. His dad died when he was 2,
Oh, snap.
and he did the opposite of what is expected.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's what to deal with.
So do you plan on having kids like in 10, 15 years?
I'll have 50. I want to have 50. You know what we'll do? We could do 2 football matches, do 2 teams,
Yeah,
and
let's
then we'll add the referee. And we had you maybe after like 20
Yeah,
years, we'll
yeah, I
be
like
old,
that.
maybe with white hair. We'll come and sit. Well, which team do you support?
Yeah, I like that.
It would be nice, but it would be a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
So you're in the real world.
Yes,
And what's your experience been with it?
amazing. I've joined since November
Okay.
5th, I think, but it opened for me on November 17.
Mm-hmm.
But I was open November 14.
Right. And what was
Because-
your expectation coming in? Were you like all hyped up? Were you on the fence?
I was stressed.
Mhm.
I was hyped. I was very happy of joining it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was feeling that, am I going to do it or not? How will I benefit from it? It was
Yeah.
like that. And then it worked.
Yeah.
And I feel like people underrate it, actually. I feel like 240,000 people are too less. I feel like it should be 1 million.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So there's 240,000 people, right?
Yeah, and I mean, some of the things we're doing right now, like a heavy part of our marketing, and this is what I love about it, is most people have to try to use all these special marketing words to try to sell something, and we just bombard people with all the lives being changed. So that time's going to take care of everything. Like as more and more people start seeing all these wins that are coming in, like, okay, all these people over here are trying to just use all these like sales tactics and everything. They're just showing us all these people winning. Like the guy from Ecom that did a mill, the student of mine last month who did 60 grand. Like they're just seeing this, and then they see the 14-year-old that made 6 grand. Like you can't help but just feel, okay, I'm gonna at least try it. I'm gonna try it.
Are there parents that contact you and tell you, my son made this, I'm very happy on my...
Yeah, so I mean that obviously is more so on the support side, and the guys that do the interviews and all that. They're usually the ones that have spoken to parents. I've spoken to parents a few times, and they're like, there's this one mom in, I think it was Norway, and anyways, her son was playing video games all the time, doing all that, and then he joined the real world. And at first she wanted to cancel, but then she realized he wasn't playing video games anymore. The thing that she thought he was like playing video games still on his computer, but she found out it was the real world. And then she's like, what is this? And then she saw him working out, and she just saw this positive impact that it was
And
having.
she contacted you
I spoke to her. Yeah, I spoke to her.
in English?
Yeah, it was in English. Yeah, because the kid asked me, because it wasn't just some random student. It was a student that actually was applying himself and getting money and winning and all that. So I was like, cool, bro. I'll talk to your mom. I gave him my personal cell phone number, spoke to his mom, and within 5-10 minute phone call, she loved it. So maybe I'll start publishing that type of stuff, because I think that would be a good story.
Yeah, I think if you do interviews with parents, it would be amazing.
Yeah,
Can we make a deal?
sure.
When I have $1 million, a net worth, I want to have lunch with you.
Let's do it, brother.
Deal?
Deal.
Okay. We'll do about it.
Let's do
I saw it on Justin Tate and Sneeko.
Yeah.
Justin told him, when you make $1 million, I will host your party.
Yeah, bro.
And-
we'll do it. And
Yeah.
it needs to be special, though, because that's a special moment. So it could be somewhere in Dubai, or it could be somewhere around the world. Doesn't matter.
Let's
Let's do
take
it.
a private jet, maybe? It depends.
Let's do it, bro.
You know, I asked a price of private jet. It costs $40,000.
Yeah.
And I asked also about renting a truck to have like amazing cars, Lamborghini, Ferraris, and all of these stuff. I wanted to do it for my mom's birthday. It was on June 28th, but I couldn't. Unfortunately, it's $40,000 dirhams,
Yeah.
and I can't.
Well, yeah, bro. Like with things like that, you don't need to creating a special moment like that is awesome. But I see a lot of guys, because I've spoken about how I retired my mom, and they think that them paying lots of money to give something to their mom is like the be all end all. Like at the end of the day, as long as your mom sees that you're progressing, you're prospering, and then you can put her into an even better and better position. That's gonna yes, that birthday present would be amazing, but at the same time, if she sees that you're prospering and you're improving, you're becoming more and more of
Moms will
the
be
man,
proud of you.
she'll be proud, and that'll mean so much more to her.
A lot of them will be proud.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
So are there dads that contacted you?
I haven't spoken to any dads over the phone, no, but I'm sure that they would be proud as well. I mainly focus on the students that are winning, and hey, can you please talk to my parents and all that. A lot of the time, once again, it's the support team that does that. But actually, my team's been telling me we should start doing more, almost like a weekly show where we sit down, and we talk to the parents, we talk to the students. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. Good luck. So, what are your future goals?
I mean, for the rest of this year, I'm going to stay in Dubai for most of it. I've got a couple travels coming up, so I'll stay there. And I would like to get my mom to move to Dubai or somewhere outside of the U.S.
She's in US?
Yeah, she loves the U.S., but I want to show her some places around the world. So from a personal standpoint, doing that, and obviously from a business standpoint, continuing just to hit new objectives. More of a selfish standpoint, I want to have the most wins in the real world.
And I think I have an idea. If you get your mom for like 3 months and she'll like Dubai, then she'll stay. If you just talked about it and experiencing it, it's two different things.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm gonna get her here at some point. It needs to not be as hot as it is now. She cannot stand.
Somewhere
hot she'll hate it. So
1 minute in the heat, you'll.
Yeah, so I'll give it a little bit of time before I bring her out here, because if she came here as it is now, it literally feels like we're in hell almost. If she came here, she would hate it.
It's hard. Most people, even as tourists, they come in winter.
Yep.
Because they can't come in summer.
Yeah, Dubai winter.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
And even winter here is it's not winter. It's like 15. That's like the coldest. Yeah. Like, for example, I went to London before, as I told you, for the podcast. Somewhere there's like winter here. Somewhere there's like 10.
No, the winters here are awesome, and even the summer is not that bad to me here. I lived in Qatar for a little bit as well, so it's just normal. Just ride in a car with the AC, have an apartment or have a house with AC. When you go to a restaurant, they've got AC, so it's not that hard for me here. But for other people, they're like, oh man, no, how can you stay there? Come to Europe, come here. I'm good. I'm good.
So how many podcasts have you done before me? More than 10?
I have no idea. Maybe more than 10. I've done, we can just say 10. I don't keep count, bro. I did one yesterday. Honestly, we're doing this one. I've got another one, I think this coming Tuesday. So I'm doing more and more of them, but
I think it helps you. It gives you more motivation, and you start knowing from who's doing the podcast, and gives you more exposure for people.
Yeah, I enjoy doing these. I really enjoy being on video and all that, and sitting down and having conversations with people Like you've asked some really good questions today. So sitting down, having good conversations, we can spread the message out there even faster and attract an even wider audience. And it's fun. And that's, people actually ask me all the time, like, bro, how do you network with these types of people? And I'm like, just focus on being around cool people that you find interesting, be genuine, talk to them, provide value, and podcasting, like what you're doing, is an amazing way.
Like me, as I told you in the elevator, I've met a millionaire without me knowing he's a millionaire, just because I was always kind with people at the gym. I was always a good person.
Yep.
I was never rude.
Yep.
And I had no idea until I was talking to him about business, and then he's a millionaire.
That's the secret. Just be genuine. So many people out here try to just use people that have achieved success. They try to use them.
People who don't benefit them, they just kick them out.
Exactly.
I think that's wrong. Just be good with everyone.
Yep.
And you never know what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I got shouted out in this guy's book. It was a bestseller on, I think, Amazon or something. This is like 3 or 4 years ago. There's no reason he should have believed that I could help him with what I did, but because he saw me, he heard through the grapevine that I was just anything that I could do, I would just do it. Whether it was events, I would fly anywhere in the country to help with events, manage the events, do all that. And he gave me this opportunity, and I ended up helping him with the marketing of one of his books. And shouted me out. He put me in the book and everything. So it's just being an interesting person, number one. Number two, don't sit there and be arrogant and try to show off and do all that type of stuff. Just rock up there and be of value in some shape or form. Just be a genuine person. That's the secret. And you'll get opportunities thrown at you, especially if you're skilled. Like you leveraging this podcast, you're going to open up a lot of doors because it's a very low risk. Hey, come sit on this podcast.
We're gonna
ask you some questions.
I'm real, like,
yeah, you'll put this out there on YouTube. It can benefit you, and you're literally getting the contact information of all these successful people. So
I've seen some stuff on Andrew Tate when he said the camera guy. He came up to him with his Bugatti and taking pictures of him.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what's the reason he's doing it. And then at the end, he's like having contact with richest people in the country. It's amazing.
It really is, bro.
I tried my own way. But actually, I don't have any bad intentions from this. Because some people, like I got you on the podcast today. Tomorrow I'll ask you for service, and then after tomorrow, I want to benefit from you too much, but I'm not that really. I just want to have fun. We're filming it. I'm not even scripted. I don't have a paper here. I don't have anything.
You're using the Neuralink, right?
Just my ideas.
Well, you've got Neuralink inside of your brain, right? From Elon Musk?
No, not
it's the
yet.
Chip? Oh, okay.
I'm against this. Did you see Patrick Bet-David talk about it?
No, I didn't.
I think you should see it.
Yeah, I'll check him out. Yeah, Patrick's awesome. I almost met him twice in my lifetime. But for whatever reason, I guess God didn't want it to happen yet. But I've watched some of his videos. He's the message he's putting out is awesome.
He's a real guy.
Yeah, he's super awesome, an actual real person. Like he's not just trying to. A lot of people nowadays, they just want clout and influence, but he's literally he's getting conversations started that need to be had. Speaking of which, I would love to see Tristan Tate, Andrew Tate, and Patrick Bet-David do an interview.
Podcast?
That would be an amazing. That would break the internet. It would be way better than that garbage on BBC. Like imagine you took some random person off the street, gave them a sheet of paper, and then said, "Okay, talk to this person."
I think she didn't even know.
She was basically just some random person off the street.
I don't even think she knows what she was saying about.
Just repeating like an NPC or something.
Like me, even if someone I hate, I know everything he said, I'll just say it out loud.
Yeah.
But like if you saw Elon Musk, he was interviewed by someone in the CBC or CNN, I think. The guy was saying, people you brought like Andrew Tate and for hate speech, and Elon was saying, what did Andrew say? That's hate speech. And then the guy saying, like that. That was his thing.
Yeah, it's just because they try to paint certain narratives. I hope that at some point, media companies and legacy media, whatever you want to call it, they start just actually sitting down and having a conversation, do actual research, journalism, and all that, instead of just trying to push a narrative. But it is what it is. Like podcasts like this, or really just any podcast out there, like Patrick Bet-David, what he's doing, that in my opinion is going to be like the new format for media. Is like people doing that type of stuff on YouTube, whatever other platforms are out there, and just getting the conversation started. Because most people at the end of the day, they don't believe in a lot of the BS. It's just, who else are they going to go and talk to or like learn from? So I'm glad that there's people like Patrick and obviously Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate. They're starting a movement, really.
Yeah, I agree with you. Am I the first student to do a podcast with?
Yeah, 100%.
What do you think? Is
You've
the idea?
done very well, yeah, and I'm actually impressed with the setup and everything. So yeah, good job.
A lot of people thought I'm gonna be an amateur when I got them the podcast. They thought there's only one camera, no of this. And you've seen.
Well, yeah, when we first started talking, I was kind of hesitant, but then I scrolled over your IG and I was like, oh, okay, he actually seems to be a professional about it. So yeah, I'm impressed with it. I'm impressed.
Thank you very much. So, what's your future plans?
Future plans, bro, just staying focused on the real world. We've got the guy you met earlier, we've got some things going on behind the scenes we'll focus on, and making Dubai more and more of a home base. I really do love Dubai. I came here back in 2019.
So you've been here for 4 years?
Off and on. Like now I'm actually living here.
Well, you have a residency, right?
Yeah, I'm a resident now. So.
And how was your experience here?
In what case? Just living here, or
Yeah.
what? I mean, it was good enough for me to decide to move here, and I've moved some of my team here. Got quite a few friends. I would like to move some of my family here. So Dubai definitely is the city of the future.
So, have you ever been in a private jet?
No, never. I've been in a private plane, never been in a private jet.
What's the difference?
A jet, the type of jet you're thinking in your mind versus just a regular plane. It's not a Cessna. It's like a step up. So it's like a propeller plane, not just like an actual jet.
Okay.
Some like South American cartel type of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, there aren't like Andrew Tate's videos, right?
No, that would be a private jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, on my end, it's like South American, going across the border, that type of stuff, in a propeller plane. Yeah.
So, are you planning to ride once?
Yeah, at some point.
I think it would be good if you get your mother with you from USA to Dubai.
Oh yeah,
Just giving an idea, okay?
Oh yeah, I mean, like on my end, I try not to really talk too much about my family, but yeah, that's
if you do it, you'll be amazed.
Oh, it's in the plans. It's in the plans. I try to leave my family out of like the public eye and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she will experience that. Yeah, for
it'd
sure.
be amazing. I
Yeah.
want to do that also.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. Remember what I said. Like, having the private jet, taking her to the cool car thing.
If
awesome.
I'm actually being a good person, that would matter.
Exactly.
Much.
That would matter a million times more. Yeah.
So, any messages for the viewers? Because most of them are in the real world.
Yeah, I mean, for all the people that are actually in the real world watching this, as I tell you, if you see somebody else is doing something, whether like success, whatever, if they could do it, you can too. Like, yes, you're going to overthink, but stop overthinking and stick to the simple steps and just start applying yourself. Like, if you put in effort into this world, you will get an outcome out. So if you're just going to sit around being lazy, well, you can't expect anything. If you're going to be lazy, nothing's going to happen. But if you just show up every single day, instead of trying to do a million things a day, just focus on doing like 2 to 3 major moves every day, working out, building some kind of skill within the real world, and go be respectful to your parents, all that type of stuff. Just 3 major things a day. Don't worry about a million different things. You're going to progress. It's going to happen by default.
So you personally have improved since you came in Dubai? And
yeah, people have actually complimented my skin tone. I've been hitting the gym more too, so I'm looking even better than I did before.
So you're going to the gym every day?
Yeah, I mean, I've got my own gym at the house, so it's all good. So yeah, we've got our own gym. So I don't go to like any of the public gyms or whatever.
Do you think people recognize you?
I mean, they have in the past. Whenever we go to like a public gym, especially, we've got friends here that own gyms. If I go there, 100% they're going to recognize me. But yeah, we work out at our own home gym. Yeah.
So who's your trainer?
Well,
So,
I
just work out by yourself?
I work out with my friends. That's what I was telling you about. You need to, once you turn 18, obviously, find 1 or 2 other people that are on a similar wavelength, and just the two or 3 or 4 or 5, however many there are, of you working out together is just going to be amazing, because you can't look weak in front of your friends. We were just working out the other day, and if I would have been working out by myself, I would have just been like, oh, okay, I'm good. No. They did, what was it, like 12 sets? I had to do more. And we were all competing and all that. It was one of the best workouts I've had in a while.
I've experienced that, but at Desert Barbell, I've done 2 powerlifting competitions. And it was like that. It was like competing.
Yeah. So imagine that experience with fitness, but you could also apply it to making money, achieving your
amazing.
goals. Yeah, it's amazing. It really is.
But the thing is that it's hard to do that every day.
I'd say that's more so in your mind, but hard in what way?
But I mean, like, it's hard to every day find 5 friends, and every day you're always together training, always together thinking about money. It's it's super like you and your 5 friends alone. That means if you have 5 friends and you're together, you can't have other friends that aren't useful. And it's hard to find only useful friends.
No, I mean, that's something that people overthink. You don't need, like, I talk to people about this all the time. They're, bro, my friends aren't interested in making money in this. Cool, they don't have to be. Like, I still have friends in my life that are not on the same wavelength as I am.
So you mean like have friends that are and make them close to you, and have friends that aren't, but just you can still
Have people that are on the team with you, for sure, and you're working on the same goals together, but also you don't need to expect that every single person around you needs to be like that. Is there an advantage to having more people in the same wavelength as you around you? 100%. But I still talk to friends that I've known for like a decade. I still talk to those same people. I don't talk to them all the time. I'm not working out with them, but I don't expect them to be on the same wavelength as me.
So these people, have they ever contacted you and said like, how did you do it? I didn't expect you to do that.
Yeah, so I've got this one guy that he didn't really like. He's not a close friend of mine, but we've known each other for a while. He's like, bro, like you're smart, but I just don't think you need to get like college, do something. Like I'm not saying it's not gonna work, but it did work. And now like 4 or 5 years later, he's like, hey, bros, do you have a job? Do you have anything we can do together? So that's going to happen to everybody that's watching this. If you become a success, those people in your life are going to come to you and try to see if they can get in on it. So that's why you just have to focus on, as you level up, keep a lot of good people around you, and you can ignore all that.
So you dropped out of college?
Yeah, I went to college for like 3 to 6 months, and I asked it was small business, entrepreneurship, and marketing. I asked that professor, so what businesses have you actually ran? Because I was really lost at that point.
Oh, you were talking about that with Justin Waller. I've seen it.
Yeah, literally.
He said
I was
no,
lost.
Said,
yeah. I thought I was lost. I was like, man, maybe this guy will be able to teach me something. So I asked him, and he had never actually had a business. He only taught it. I literally packed my bags, walked out, and tricked my parents into thinking I was actually going, or my dad convinced him that I was still going. I was going to college, but I was only going to the library and reading and studying and doing all that. So yeah, I dropped out like 3 to 6 months in.
And the reaction after they knew, because you definitely had to tell them one day, and they definitely said you were doing something wrong.
I mean, they eventually found out because while I was working some job I was working at the time, they got something in the mail that basically I'd failed every class. And they were like, Dylan, how is this possible? You literally have like an F in every single class. You've been going. And I told my dad, and I was like, listen, Dad, I'll pay you back. Give me like 2 years. And if I do not figure this out by then whatever you want me to do, if you want to go back to college, if you want me to work at in some job, I don't care. I'll do it. But give me 2 years. And
did he accept it?
Oh, of course he did. Like he's a very logical person in that sense. Like my dad's one of those guys, just work. And so I'd already been putting in the action. He could see it, which actually that's a good point that you brought up. A lot of the kids that are watching this, like, don't expect your family and your friends and everybody to believe
forced to accept it.
Don't believe that that you're going to achieve all this, because you sound like a crazy person. Everybody's going to be rich. Everybody's going to do this. So focus on actually getting the results. And let your results like speak for themselves. Like my family is so proud of me now, because I was never that kid sitting there like, I'm gonna be a millionaire one day and I'm gonna do this. Sure, I didn't want to have a regular job, but I didn't sit there and brag. I went out there and I actually did it. And so don't expect your parents to believe in you from day one just because they're your parents, and don't complain. Oh, they're haters. No, they're not. They love you. They want what's best for you, and you're achieving something that's far outside of the ordinary. So focus on actually getting results. Everything else will work out.
I think the mindset really matters.
Yeah, for sure.
Because their generation is very different.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be convinced when you're telling them, I'm making $10,000 by your phone. They'll be like,
oh yeah, it sounds crazy. It really does.
It sounds crazy for their generation.
Exactly.
They didn't have a phone unless, like, let's say my grandpa, he's born in 1950 and he had his first phone in 1990, the Nokia thing.
Yeah.
Do you think if I tell my grandpa, hey, I'm making $10,000 by my phone, he would, 30 years ago, he wouldn't believe me. Now he knows because of social media and these
Exactly.
stuff. He would accept the fact that it's possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just let the results speak for themselves, and don't expect anybody around you to ever 100% believe in you. Like I was blessed in the sense of my mom, even though I didn't live with her, my mom believed in me from day one. So I was blessed in that sense. Maybe not everybody out there has that, but don't sit there and try to brag. focus on actually getting the results and moving forward.
So, what's the last message?
The last message. Find me inside the real world, the best campus, freelancing campus. But no, we've got plenty of campuses out there, e-com, copywriting, freelancing, crypto stocks. We've got it all. So go in, figure out what skill you're most interested in, and actually apply yourself. Don't click, and try to go through every single video and then, oh, I can't figure it out. Go through, absorb the information, take notes, apply it, and then you're going to see success. If you ever doubt yourself, which is completely normal, go through the wins and you will brainwash yourself with the understanding of, if they can do it, so can I. So that's my last message.
So you have
Drops mic.
You have an affiliate link?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, of course.
That's nice. So what do you think about ClickBank?
ClickBank. So the last question is what this is. ClickBank. That's the affiliate network. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've got friends of mine who've made a lot of money with ClickBank.
I've seen people saying they made $350,000.
Yeah.
In a week.
But
they had like 10 million followers, and
yeah, but you have to understand the context of it. Like the friends of mine who have made a lot of money with it, they have literally been doing this stuff for like a decade or two. They have a ton of experience. They have the email list. They understand ads. So I think that would be more of a shiny object. So I wouldn't even worry about it. I would just focus on sticking to the fundamentals inside the real world, start progressing, focus on one skill. Don't focus on all these different skills, because the example I use all the time is it would be like if you're trying to learn 3 languages fluently versus somebody that's just trying to learn 1 language fluently. Obviously, you know who's going to win. So focus on that one skill, get good at it. And once you start making money, which you will, like I had a student of mine who's finally started making like $5,000 a month. And he's like, okay, now I'm going to focus on this other skill. I was like, no, focus on this.
you make 10, 20.
Exactly. And keep scaling that thing up. Bring a team in. That way you can start focusing on other stuff. And everybody's going to go to the moon together. So focus on one skill. Get really good at it, make money from it, and just keep doubling down. Don't keep going for all these shiny objects like, oh, on Instagram, this one guy made $300,000 in a week, so I'm going to do this. You're probably not going to do that. Stick to the fundamentals.
The thing is that Instagram guy, how long has he been doing it? Because people underestimate experience.
Yeah. Like, people all the time talk about how, like, oh, your overnight success. They just assume that I just, like, instantly I started making things happen. I've literally was broke for most of the time, and it wasn't until like the last like 4 or 5 years that things started working. Why? Because I showed up every single day. And the reason I tell you stop focusing on all these shiny objects is I did that. I would start seeing progress and then completely kill it.
Mistakes.
Exactly. So that's why like I'm like an older brother to all the students inside the freelancing campus.
Actually.
I'm your older brother. I'm never going to be mean. I'm not going to be a dick or anything. I'm just telling you how it is because I want to see you succeed. So like on my end, I would start seeing some progress. And then, what about that? I would kill the progress, start doing that. So as your older brother, I'm going to be like, yo, stop doing, ignore this, focus on this. Okay, what have you actually done today? Oh, you haven't done anything. Okay, that's why you haven't seen any progress. So stick to the simple steps, actually apply yourself, and don't just completely ignore all that extra noise.
Okay, thank you very much for being a guest on my podcast.
My pleasure, brother.
Thank you. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope that we helped you improve generally. And I'll leave Dylan Madden Instagram in the bio. And see you later. Enjoy your day. Bye.